From Cincinnati Weather Online, a severe weather update will be starting soon. From Cincinnati Weather Online, a severe weather update will be starting soon.
Okay, want to update you here on the severe storms that are continuing to move through parts of the area here. First off, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is tagged considerable damage. This severe thunderstorm warning continues here for sections of Franklin County, sections of Union and Fayette County. This is for 70-mile-an-hour winds and up. Mainly some small hail up to penny size. Lake Santee impacted by this, moving off towards the east at about 35 miles per hour. You can definitely see how this area here is bowed out. This is going to move towards Dayton. Okay, so just putting some times here on the storm as this is moving off to the east. This will continue to impact, let's say, like Hamilton by 6:04, 6:13 Middletown, Dayton 6:29. Beaver Creek by 6:41, Fairborn 6:46, and then into Wilmington by about 7 o'clock. So this will be the main show in the northern counties over the next little bit. You'll see back off towards the south, it's just rain. Nothing that's really too concerning. I'm watching some storms here, maybe up to 50-mile-an-hour winds, some small hail with those, but that's not a really big concern. And then there's some storms here near Louisville. But I think the metro area is going to probably stay clear now of anything of severe here through the remainder of the evening. There may be some warnings that skirt the southern parts of the area. Once this is out of here, that's going to be pretty much the main show there. And then maybe some activity that moves into sections of Jennings, Ripley, and Dearborn County. But you've already got light rain and you've had storms already move through here. So the atmosphere is pretty well worked over at this point. So overall, once this line of storms, and I'm not trying to minimize this line of storms, it is packing quite a punch here in parts of the area. You can see radar showing some pretty strong winds bowing out here on this line close to 70 mile an hour. Okay, I've not seen or verified that report of those winds being that strong. But I'm watching it, okay? Here's an analyzer, and I'm just going to step out here for just a second so you can kind of see what's happening. You see storms that have moved through the Lexington area, storms that are moving towards Louisville, and they're starting to weaken a little bit. And then you've got more storms here around Seymour. Those are not severe right now. And then you've got some storms here near Vincennes. So we still have storms to go. I'm not saying it's not going to storm, but I think the main threat for severe weather is going to stay up here towards, the Dayton, Wilmington area. And then we'll see some storms that are going to be severe towards the Lexington area. But this activity, anywhere in this area here, the atmosphere is not as supportive for severe, but I do think there'll be some showers roaming around, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but overall, looking okay for fireworks or anything you're trying to do here this evening. So I'll continue to keep you updated here, watching this, Boeing segment here in approaching Dayton. This is going to be a pretty big wind maker from Dayton to Xenia here shortly. So anybody in those areas, you can see that is a zone there that on the radar, a lot of lightning near Oxford. Eaton area, which is outside of the area, seeing very strong winds. Zoom that out a little bit, and I'll just give you a track here just one more time. This will probably speed up some. Let's just give you this kind of just a basic track here for just a minute. Yeah, so let me back this up. Zoom that out. Moving off to the east at about 50. This is the line of severe winds. And there you go. Hamilton 558, West Carrollton City 612, Dayton 617, Beaver Creek 624, Wilmington 640. That's a better time frame on those storms as they are moving off towards the north and east here. I do want to look at this. Sometimes, especially as flat as it is out there, we get a little better organized for the potential for some storms that can rotate. And that kind of looks like that may be happening just southeast of the Richmond area. So that is something to note there in the last few minutes. So if you know anybody in that area towards Dayton, let them know. No tornado warning, but there could be an isolated spin up with that activity that is moving off towards the east here. So switch over to Analyzer and look at that a little bit better there. Big time Boeing winds developing here. Right here. So this will be moving towards Dayton, Lebanon. So we'll get warnings for eastern Hamilton, and then northern Warren County. So folks in Kings Island, again, I'll have to kind of keep an eye out on this as this is now barreling more to the east. And on the northern flank of this here, this is going to usher in some cooler air to the south. That's going to help for thunderstorms to be less severe. You can see widespread history here of hail back from Bloomington through Columbus, north of Columbus, Indiana, up through west of Connorsville, as those storms have been severe. It looks like there's a new warning that just went out for the Dayton area for strong winds. Just want to analyze some of these wind potentials here. So new severe thunderstorm warning for the Dayton area, for you following us in Dayton, for 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail. New warning just being issued there on that particular portion of the line. So just updating from the National Weather Service there on that particular part of the storm. Okay. All right, so watching that part of the storm there, okay? Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see, like I said, that isolated spin up potential. If you're in areas like the Dayton area, maybe just to the east of the, just to the east of, let's say, maybe Hamilton, probably shortly. So we'll have to watch that. And Sorry, I promise I'm paying attention. I'm just looking at a couple things here on the radar. Okay. So watching storms here, north of the metro. Let's see what this does. That's going to be our next threat for severe weather as this is moving through. And I'm going to pull that up a little higher so I can see a little better. So, yeah. Okay. Just got to watch that line, especially right in here. Folks that are in Vandalia, Tip City, Troy, West Milton, Clayton area, that's going to be a spot where you're going to see the potential for maybe a quick spin up on that northern flank of that line. All right, so let's go on a wider view here. Let me take lightning off here. And then let me put a quick loop. Just see what kind of is evolving here. Oh, sorry, let's switch that. All right, so yeah, I think that once this area kind of moves through here, I think we go into more of a isolated storm chance, with the main threat of severe weather coming to an end, and that focus of severe will definitely move towards Columbus and Dayton, I would say, here over the next little bit. So overall, it looks like the remainder of your evening will not be impacted by any threat of severe weather. Actually, let's look at it this way. Okay, well, lost that. Still seeing ample fuel here for anything at white here is a good indicator of seeing some strong fuel here for thunderstorms. So like I said, still think thunderstorms are going to persist, but I think your main threat be down towards Louisville, Lexington, and then towards the I-70 corridor from Dayton to Columbus. That's going to be your short-term threat that continues here for a little bit longer. I think that continues through about 7, maybe 8. But the Cincinnati metro area as a whole, everybody, I would say, I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to turn the threat off for severe probably for most of this area along the Ohio River. I think you're going to, you may get an isolated warning, but I think the main threat for damaging winds towards Dayton and then south of Owenston towards Lexington and Louisville, those are going to be your areas that see that better threat for severe weather. So, all right, that's it for now. Keep you posted. If we get any warnings, they'll be posting on the page, and then if I feel like we need to come on, I will. But my number one concern right now definitely is for this area up to the north here, from Hamilton points north. That's going to be 60, maybe 70 mile an hour winds as they're moving through. And then I'm also watching this one thunderstorm over here towards Seymour. We'll see what that does. It should move more towards the northeast. So if you're in Ripley, Jennings, Dearborn County, I'm watching that. And then I'm going to kind of keep an eye down towards Louisville, Lexington, see if anything gets going. But just some light showers here around the metro. I'll continue to keep you posted.